Hello, hello. Welcome to Date Night with the Lunas. Tonight's just a Luna. It's going to be just me, Miss Angelique Luna. John is not feeling well. These monkeypox is still being the living daylight out of him. So we thought he would be doing better, but unfortunately, he is not. So let's see how I do solo this time. We are broadcasting live on SDC, Facebook, YouTube, and BFAM 109.6. I'll start off with our sponsors, Fairvilla University, where strives to provide a judgment-free learning experience where every student has the opportunity to learn about sexual health and wellness in a judgment-free environment. So last Thursday was already our first kickoff of in-person live, and it is kind of like a hybrid what they're doing. And well, we won't know until like September 8th. That's when we're doing our BDSM 101 class live on at Fairvilla. So back to hands-on spanking, tying up, roping, the whole 9 yards, getting that. I'm trying to juggle things because my webcam is not working, so I'm doing two things at once. Not comfortable. And then my top is having personal issues staying on. Go figure. So, all right, producer, let me know when Facebook's going to start like slamming us for inappropriate attire. So, how was everyone's week? I hope everyone's doing well. We are still with the struggles of monkeypox on how it affects John's mood and body because it's like he is not used to being isolated, being somewhere else separate from us. So, this is a totally different area and environment that we're dealing with in the monkeypox. So, today he wasn't feeling the world's greatest again. Tired, could be because stress of still trying to keep up and do his normal routine, teaching classes and working with his clients, and it unfortunately is taking its toll, and we're already day 17, 18. I think day 18 since he first had the outbreak, but it was August 1st is when we went to the doctor and they tested it, but there really wasn't anything that they could like say, hey, here's some medication, make you feel better kind of shit. It wasn't like that. It's like, yes, we have to wait a couple of days. We waited, and yeah, they officially confirmed, but the minute we went to get tested, it was like you had to be in quarantine. So he's been in quarantine since August 1st, and yeah, it's been not the world's greatest, so I don't suggest it. But numbers here in Central Florida are going up. Last week it was uh, 29. This week it's up to 60 cases of monkeypox. Again, still not a whole lot of information. I did get my shot, so my arm kind of hurts, and there is still like a bump right there where the shot was given. It's been like Wednesday, so it's been like 5 days, and it's still there. It's sore, nothing major. I mean, that same day, I just felt kind of tired, the usual, like when something new gets introduced to my body, I'm just like, eh. So, I'm trying to do these camera things and my cameras are way off. So it's like, doesn't mean like I'm ignoring you, but I'm here. So SDC, please let me know where you folks are coming from. Also, any particular questions or topics you would like to talk about, to know what's going on in the world of swinging and fetishes and polyamory and all that. I felt really bad last week down in Tampa. It was Fetish Con. I love, love, love Fetish Con, and it's like my favorite character of all. Bondage Bunny, and he has his little pets, like these little cats. So these girls dressed up in leotards and ears, and they don't say anything other than meow, meow, and it's like, and Bondage Bunny has them on a leash, and they walk them around. If you Google the hashtag FetishCon, or even look at FetishCon on their website, on everything. It's you get to see all the environment. Yes, so we didn't get a chance to go because John wasn't feeling the world's greatest, and of course he's still in quarantine. It's like, we go to any event, we're always hugging and kissing. Hey, how are you doing? What's going on? And he can't do anything, And I was actually blessed to have two charity events this weekend to keep me occupied and busy and kick off the what do you call it, Halloween season of slinging cards, telling people about their business. Really, it's like I always have so much fun. I have fun doing my tarot reading, psychic mediumship, whatever you want to call it, something of the supernatural, spiritual work, which often does overlap to a lot of my coaching and love work. Is that I do tap into the other side so I can make sure that I'm getting all the information, because sometimes when clients come to me, it is already the bravest thing that they did, that they actually are asking for help. They made the first step, getting a call, figuring out what their needs are, what their desires, what do they want to do. And what has gone on is that sometimes they're still too shy and embarrassed. And I'm like, dude, this is a judgment free zone. I'm here to be of service, to help you overcome whatever challenges you may have and how to improve your game and what to do. And it does get into very handy going through all these different scenarios and different things to talk about with people and get better. So, and it always gets hysterical when I do my readings, and especially like at a charity event, because it's like, oh, it's nothing, it's entertainment. When you tell them all they're about the business and all everything that's going on, they're like, how'd you know that? What do you mean? And I'm like, this is why. But I have to admit, one of my events, I had a repeat. When I mean repeat, as a client that sees me either every 6 months or a year to check in to find out what's going on, what's happening. And one client totally 180 changed, finally got the relationship they wanted, but still had some past, baggage that I'm like, look, you finally got the unconditional love. What are you doing? What are you changing? And the person was like, "What? You just kept saying that." I'm like, "Yeah, compared to the characters." And that's why I call some of the people that they date is these characters. Oh my god. Let me tell you, some people that I've met, that I've read, oh my god, I'm just like, so have you ever dated any characters? It's like people that just they're just a character. Since you two can't be together physically, have you been able to use the remote toys that we got? Um, Honestly, we haven't, because mentally and emotionally, he hasn't been there in order to get aroused and use the toys. And that's something that people need to at least somewhat have balance, is the mentally and the emotional part of having sex, to be connected, to really enjoy it, because an illness like this, for the first, you know, 14 days, maybe 13, something like that, his skin was on fire and burning. And it's like there was not enough calamine lotion to cool down the fire and also, really get you in the mood and comfortable to say, hey, I can enjoy this. Yes. And it's like, oh, Lord, no. Yeah, totally get that. James was that way when he was gone. Yeah, but it was just like at least he didn't have this insatiable, horrible itching of the skin. That really just makes you feel unattractive, makes you feel unwanted, just because it's just, yeah. And I mean, now that he's healing, he's getting every possible like scar cream, reduction, vitamin E, Googling and going through everything and trying to make sure that he gets all these things, taken care of and know what he's doing. I'm still trying to find the right angle for the cameras here because I'm on my laptop. And yeah. Any other fun questions that I could answer? I think it's like tonight's like the show. Like, let me take out my tarot cards. Let me just do that instead of just talking about sex, because it's like, how do you, have one partner who has no interest in suffering a bad illness, and your other partner is like, I am horny as fuck, and why? And I can't call a booty call because I don't want to get them infected, because we don't know. I mean, our whole household has been scattered with Lysol cans. We have Lysol cans to galore everywhere, and I'm just grateful that when COVID hit, I stockpiled this shit like crazy. This and candy and chocolate, which I think I forgot my chocolate. Yes, I did. I did. So I might have to run away for that, or no fudge, or it probably melted because it was a new flavor too. It was white chocolate circuit. My wife loves different cocks. It's a good thing to share her with different men. Yes, it is. You know, sharing is caring. But again, it is, how do you do that while you have like a partner that's ill? It's like, because some of my play partners, it's like their schedules are insane, so it's not like I could say, hey, let's get together, or I have to host, and unfortunately I'm afraid to bring anyone in because I don't know. I was like, luckily, knock on wood, I have not been affected, but we've been like Lysol's, spraying everything, even the car. I mean, it's just because yesterday was like the first day that he's gone out in a car ride, and see, yep, I think Facebook's going to neck me on this. Got to make sure. It's like, ah, damn Facebook. He was in the car, but he's sitting in the car while I, picked up dinner. I picked up, went to the bank, did some errands, but that's the extent of what's going on. But it is, things like this. It's like a few days of illness is okay, but when you're going on 16 days and you can't really do much and you're itching, and it's like, oh, it's like my heart breaks. Even I'm just grateful there hasn't been any good bands over at Epcot to go see, because I'll be like, I want to go to Epcot. And it's always fun going together and seeing the live concerts and kind of deal. And then also today I went out to again do some errands, and Halloween stuff is out. I am so excited. I picked up a couple new things because I always at these parties I need to up my game, redecorate so it doesn't look like the same old shit every year. I need a little different. And so I got, two new tablecloths. Great. Target hasn't put their stuff in, so I'm kind of like, meh, 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 make it soon. Because Home Goods, it was an explosion. Surprisingly, Sam's Club, also another explosion, but of Christmas. Christmas! Still too early. It's August. I could let the Christmas in July slide, but that's it. That I'm like, nah, kind of deal. And yeah, that's what's going on. But it's always fun to talk to people at events and have kind of some of the conversations cross over from art and charity events and what do you call it? Tarot reading. Okay, we both like to fuck outdoors, like balconies, etc. Can you suggest some more places you personally fucked and adventurous? Uh, well, some of my adventurous parts, yeah, unfortunately, are not reachable by the public, because it was, you know, God, at this point, it's already about 16, 17 years ago. Whew. God, time flies. Time flies. I used to work for the Mouse way back in the day. If you've ever gone to Magic Kingdom on Main Street, you know where the bakery is, facing the castle. Yeah, that was a nice, fun evening. It's just something magical of having you bent over the railing and just seeing the castle at night while getting pounded like no tomorrow. Oh God, that was so much fun. So much fun. But again, that's places where not too many people, and I think it's like a let down secure, because thanks to you all YouTubers and social media influencers of trying to say, oh, these are all I'm like, dude, yeah, that was a fun part. Working at the Mouse was to have the various different locations available to, hey, let's, like in a stairwell or a closed restaurant or a conference center. Luggage room was always fun. That was always kind of like having sex in a luggage room cart. Like they have these bins to where they store the luggage. You have to be flexible. And luckily, I was flexible back in the day. Well, I still am. But my partner that I used to play with, my boy toy, yeah, I don't think he is. It's like 20 years. But yeah, it was, God, that was so much fun. Totally remember those. Those were hot scenes there. Um, any like I'm not a camping girl, so I haven't really gone like outdoors at a camp where you could like, be strung by a tree or something. Even though I love roping, I love suspension. I like doing that stuff. Always carry your safe sex kit with you that will carry like condoms, lube, um allergy meds like a Claritin or a Zyrtex, tissues, um like we have a cock ring in ours, and couple of headaches, Tylenol to have that in our safe sex. So we're always prepared. So wherever we go, we have our safe sex kit ready to go, ready to do our thing. Um, I don't know. I think I saw you on TV at Married at First Sight. Oh God, vloggers too. You know what? No. I have not been on any of those TLC, Lifetime, any like no, any of those shows. No, 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 and no. I've been on local TV promoting local events, sex education classes. What else have I done on local media and been on podcasts? Oh, you just look like her. Okay. I might look like her. That's fantastic, but I am not her. I'll tell you that right now. No, 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 no. It's like, yeah, I haven't done any of that. So, yeah, and John and I have been together for 12 years, married for 10, plus suggested how to give a damn sexy blowjob. If you're giving blowjobs, I'm the wifey here. Okay. I honestly, I would love to, but I'm not sure how friendly, Facebook and YouTube might be because we're broadcasting live on there. But I will try to walk you through some techniques. I don't have my stunt cock. We have a stunt cock. His name is Pablo, and he always models for us, and he's a professional model. So when we put toys on him, we always remind everyone use the lube. Um, Number one technique is play with the balls, the testicles, really give them attention. Either massage them, put them in your mouth, kind of like, licking them, or as I like to say, like, the gumball chewing gum, like move them back and forth. Because oftentimes we forget. Always go on the base of the penis. So here's like the top that usually is with the jeans and clothes. So here has no sensation. All the sensation is on the other side, underneath, like the frenulum and perineal. It's like right now, my terminology is not the world's greatest, so don't make fun of it because usually I have notes. And running your nails like underneath the shaft gives a nice sensation. And always either you're doing like with saliva or lube. Always lube. Wicked has a fabulous collection of flavored lube, and it also contains stevia, which is great for us diabetics, so it won't get you into a sugar shock. So if you want to add some flavor to it and enjoy doing, oral sex with it. Also, use your hands at the same time you're using your mouth. So, like, my favorite is kind of like a swirly twist. So it's like I move my head and I move that, and I kind of, and then I sometimes love to hold the testicles down because it's like as you're pulling up, you're pulling down, you're holding back. And then again, gentle sensations, nothing rough, unless that's what they enjoy. Always check in to see if they like it. Try to make eye contact as much as possible when you're giving head. Don't try to go fast and rapid and do that. Nice and slow, like a turtle. Just really enjoy it, twist it, really use fingers. You can use toys too. There's so many different toys out there. You could do a vibrator and, vibrate it underneath, put it in the testicles, like in that area. Also, like underneath, in the taint area, you could just use your fingers and rub down there. And this is like more of, putting more sensation and feeling into the blowjob than just going, I'm like, After a while, someone's bored. Either I'm bored or the penis owner is bored. So you have to mix it up, change it, and always like check in to see what sensations they enjoy. What is it that they loved? Is it more holding on to the balls while they're trying to, like, go up and down, lick? Um, Feel free to use your breast. Put that penis right between your breasts. Wife and I want to bring a girl into bed with us. Should I just watch or join in? Now, that is something you need to have a conversation with your partner. What are the expectations? What is everyone going to be comfortable with? Is it just them playing, the girls playing by themselves, and then you joining in? Or you like just watching and eventually join in? What are the boundaries, and what are the, high five or sorry, not high five, bye man, that, how do you tap in? It's something, it maybe looks wonderful in the media, in the movies, and the fantasies, but the reality is, if you don't come up with a game plan or strategy of how you're going to handle it, then a lot of things are going to go wrong. Because we had a couple of friends that we knew that they said, great, we're going to go, we're going to play, and we're going to do this. The wife's idea of playing was completely different of what the husband's idea was playing. She was all about playing with girls and him watching. He was all about, she's playing with somebody else, I'm going to play with another girl, and then we'll eventually get together. And that was just a big blow up, because she got angry because that's not what she wanted. He got angry because that's not what he wanted. So before you even bring a girl into bed, discuss it between the two of you. What are your expectations? What are your boundaries? What are your red flags? What are the okay to do? And then ask the other girl before you bring it in, are you comfortable with this, and this? Are you just comfortable with just me, playing with my wife, or you want me to join in? How is it? What are your rules and your boundaries? Communication is everything. Communication will help you have the most amazing sex possible. But number one rule to all my coaching clients, I tell them, know your body, know thyself. Because if you don't know yourself, you don't know your body, how the fuck you're going to communicate and talk to any other partners? How are you going to tell them, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I enjoy, this is what I don't enjoy? Don't go there. Like, my biggest thing is anything from the neck up, because I had 2 discs replaced in my neck. Now it's going on 4 years. I mean, I'm fine, but I still have that little paranoia. So I'm like, no. So I don't swallow. I don't have facials comes. I don't have hair pulling, so I have a list of anything above my neck. Anything below, use a condom and we're good. Am I bi? Yes. So is John. Not liking the black top you have here on SDC. If you're comfortable, that's just remove your top, please. I can't remove my top. As I repeatedly said, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and BFAM 109.6. They will ban me. So if that's not your comfort level, please leave the room. But this is what my top is, happening. And I'm trying to make sure that we're kind of censored. In my other video, I'm like, the way my camera is not good. Have you watched Playboy TV Swing? Yep. Any other series you know of? Thank you for the comments there. I don't know off the top of my head any other series like Swing. And I did enjoy Swing in the aspect that they had a therapist on site to help with any communication issues, any challenges, what was going on. Because being in any alternative lifestyle, be swinger, polyamory, BDSM, fetishes, it's not for everyone, and it's not for the faint of heart. And if you're not comfortable with you, then you need to figure out what is your comfort level, what are your boundaries before you even talk to a partner, before you go and venturing it. If you're curious, great. Let's toe tip and actually, figure out what is good, what is not. Is the water too cold? Is the water too hot? And be comfortable with who you are. And always know, no is a complete sentence. If you don't like something and you don't enjoy it, you just could say no. That's it. It's not a bad thing. It's just showing your boundaries. And just a lot of things are very uncomfortable. Podcasts, we got a thing, is good to listen to. Yeah, podcasts are a lot. And, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever the two, I have gone down the Reddit rabbit hole. So Reddit has a lot of subgroups that talk about swinging, non monogamy, swing lifestyle. And it's one of those, like, a lot of people ask questions, a lot of people, give advice, or they're listening. And I kind of go through there and try to find, conversations that, I could be of service and help out, or just guidance of like, hey, why don't you read this book, or why don't you listen to this podcast? And sometimes it's not even my podcast, it's another podcast, because I feel like if I can't give you the information, I will at least help you find that information, because I want to make sure everyone's having the best sex possible, having the best lives ever, and know that there's resources available, there's things available out there for you to really help improve and gain confidence in your life. A lot of times we're kind of scared because we're like, we don't know. 15 years ago, I would say, okay, great, there wasn't as many resources or information as it is now. And now I'm like going to say, it's like, really, have you not gone on FetLife? Have you not gone on SDC? Have you not gone here or there and look at, and trying to find people? Even on meetup.com, there's meetups and munches, which is lunch and meetup together. They put munches. So that's more for the BDSM community. So that way you can find more people. Also, since Craigslist personal ads got shut down, there was a new website called doublelisted.com. I think it's double list, not ed. So it's du I could spell, that would be nice. DOUBLELIST.com, double list, which is similar to the Craigslist personal there. But it just goes into, like, certain genders, guy for women, men for women. Have you been with BBCs? Not my thing. I do not judge, but that is not me. I do not appreciate. I prefer white meat. I rarely have had interactions with other ethnicities, even like I'm Mexican, and sometimes I don't even prefer, dating Latino, let alone have sex with a Latino, So again, it's my personal reference. I'm not being racist discrimination or whatever. It's like, that is my choice. And, I hope that people respect that. If you don't, I'm sorry, that's all on you. But this is, I've been swinging for over 20 some odd years. So I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and God knows the monstrosities that happen. And it is something that I try to teach, I try to coach. That's why I love hand holding couples, to get them into the right frame of mind and going into whatever relationship they desire, that they have created consensually, of course, and they've worked on it, and there's so many different factors that go into having these alternative relationships. Is it for everyone? Hell no. Nothing is for everyone. Like, monogamy is not for everybody. But if I teach you the foundations of having healthy relationships, and how to communicate, and how to work together, and how to move forward on various different challenges, fantastic, that works. But if not, that's why we're human. We have options. We have our minds. We could do that. Thank you. Someone mentioned your intelligence and beauty are very attractive. Thank you. It's like one of the good qualities I market myself when I'm dating a sugar daddy. How can I dance and make a man stick hard on the floor? That is so many different challenges and variables, because you're trying to do something physical that maybe not arouse them, maybe chemically, especially what do you call it? If they're a diabetic, or they have some medication that's not helping them get aroused. So really don't set up those expectations of like, how can I, like, move my body up and down? Well, ask them, is this possible? Because you might get your feelings hurt if they're not aroused. You'll be like, mm. I'm like, well, it's because they took a medication that doesn't, they have high blood pressure, they have diabetes. I mean, I just had one of my favorite friends of all time just tell me that they've got a stent put in, and now anytime their heart rate, or what do you call it? bl- starts the blood starts pumping, just the blood pumping. Yeah, yeah, he can't have. I'm just like, you can't enjoy sex, you can't get your dick hard because it could kill you. He's like, yep. And I'm like, that sucks being 66 and that happening. But again, have that conversation, have it. I mean, you could dance, you could move your body, you could be seductive. I mean, so many different ways on how to get arousal is possible, and it is the trial and error. It is moving your body, touching their arms, touching their neck, their face, whatever it is, in order to get like the blood circulating and getting them aroused. But again, talk to them, see how it is. Like I said, you could totally like bumping and grinding, holding them, touching them, and then it's like, don't go just straight for the jump. Just go straight and just like, and then grab the balls. And that's, and that's how I'm going to start moving and grooving. It's like, it is that seduction, is that hug. It's that, even breath. God, people underestimate the way how breath plays. Like, you breathe on someone's neck down or they're behind their ears. It's like, whew, that gets pretty hot too. It is, finding other parts of the body that you find, appealing, like the arms, even touching the hands. 34 sexy lingerie brand apart from VS. Waist versus size. Ugh. I know I have a subscription to Adore Me, but I keep putting it on hold because sometimes it's like they don't have anything. That's kind of hard because I'm kind of bad on lingerie because I just go ahead and like I'd rather wear like a sexy outfit versus having the lingerie, because it's like sometimes it's like, yeah. But I have Adore Me. Thinking around sensual kissing is the most erotic thing. Absolutely, absolutely. Sensual kissing, taking that long, slow, kissing from head to toe, from your crown to your feet. Oh, that it is just slow. We're always in a rush. That's always like the big thing. I'm almost in a rush. And time. Elmer Fudge. I have to do my other sponsor. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I don't know what I did with my chocolate. I did grab it and it was white chocolate circus. So I know I usually do that, but I am so sorry. But my other sponsor is Elmer Fudge. Order by texting 678-322-7802. It's just $1 a piece. Again, Elmer Fudge. It's $1 a piece. Order by texting 678-322-7802. They also do trays. So I just discovered we had another dark chocolate cherry, and I'm like, nope, I'm not in the mood for that one because that was that. I know, I'm sorry. It's just weird when doing it by myself, and I'm very grateful and happy that you have tuned in SDC, Facebook, YouTube, and asking these questions to help these conversations go like a lot better. I actually got my hand slapped at SDC for posting continually every week, the show as a blog, because apparently some people don't like the advertisement as blog. So this time I'm just going to have to do a post blog on SDC to say what we talked about, what topics, things. Oh, I can also like really go nosedive on the my sugar dating that has been atrocious to say the least. I'm just like, I know I should be posting like TikTok videos and YouTube to really go after the other. I can only say wannabe sugar babies because of what all they ask, they demand, and then the wannabe sugar daddies that say like a specific amount, and I kind of laugh, and I'm like, no, no, it's like I have made sure that I have the diversity to have various different conversations, being from sports all the way up to current affairs, pop culture, knowing the various types of intimacies. Because one sugar daddy I had like had to laugh so hard because I said, yeah, I try to fulfill all the different types of intimacies available, such as emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and of course, sexual. It's like, oh, that's too much work. I don't want that. I'm like, then this is not what you want or need. I mean, it's just like, right now, I know I am mentally stimulating the audience because you're enjoying the conversations, you're asking questions, you're participating, you're helping me flow the conversations versus, someone who's like, well, let's just get down. And I'm like, well, even my rate for being a sugar baby, it's still not as high, but it's not as low as some people. I mean, some of these people, I'm like, really? That's what you're, no, just like, no. Yeah, no, just no. No, I have high standards. I have the first class standard. Take me to a nice restaurant. Take me, wine, dine me, and we'll 69 all can be. But it is one of those like, I really like to enjoy every aspect. I mean, I may have one or two that just calls me up and let's just do the deed, and it's a good deed, and I get paid very well, and I'm just like, I enjoy it. And and then when we're not together, we're conversing, we're texting, we're doing whatever needs to continue, because I know they'll pay me my worth. And for some people, it's like, no, well, you're in the lifestyle and you're swinging, so you should have sex for free. I'm like, if I want to, I have that option, but I don't want to be in a relationship that it is also going to be, I'm lonely and depressed and miserable in a sexless marriage. Oh, let's get together and fix that. I'm like, no, I'm happy. I can get sex whenever I want from my husband. And it's just like, it's not that. It's like, I enjoy the rush, the quality in a person that invest in themselves, looks like sometimes is a mentor towards me and helping me, like either with business decisions or ideas needing to grow, self-help kind of deal. Because I remember I had one sugar daddy many, many years ago, and he was just amazing. He actually paid for me to attend a Tony Robbins event, and I thought that was mind blowing because those shits aren't cheap. And it was good. I got a lot of like connections and networks, and that's what it's supposed to be. It is, help you to grow and be better. And I understand like a few people in the swinging community, they just like, hey, I just want to get together with another person and fuck. And what do I need to do to make that happen? And I'm like, well, don't be an asso or a bitch or a slime ball by just saying, this is what I want to do, and that's it. Not even, get to talk, know their boundaries, know, what is it that they enjoy, what's off limits. I know someone mentioned sensual kissing. Some couples don't want to, or individuals don't want to kiss another person, because to them that's intimacy. That is what gets them close. I mean, when I was a kid, and I'm like, I'm saying like 25 years ago, someone's like, I asked, it's like, are you okay if we kiss? They're like, nope, that's between me and my partner. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I thought everyone kissed, everyone go down, and it's like, no, they consider that an intimate act. And it's okay to have certain acts and things that you have in your relationship that is just between you and your partner, and communicate those off limits boundaries that nobody else could have it, or no one else could do that situation. And what do you call it? Um, enjoy each other's experiences, explore, ask what's your yeses, what's your no's, what's your soft limits, what's your hard limits, and things that I try to teach what I've learned from the BDSM community into the swinging community to really enhance the experience, to really enhance having great conversations, having great sex by communicating and checking in. I think one of my biggest pet peeves is not asking, hey, how am I doing? Are you enjoying this? Or telling my partner, it's like, hey, can you go over to the left, go to the right, move around. Um, just to give them more of a idea of what I'm enjoying, what I'm like, enthusiastic about, or vice versa. Or I ask, especially when if I have a new partner and I'm going down on them, I just always ask them, like, do you enjoy this? And sometimes they're just like, huh? I was like, okay, fine. I guess you're enjoying it. But it's just like, because some partners, probably haven't had a good, blow job, or haven't had a good, sensual sexual experience, because we're always going so bad. Being vocal is wanted and welcome. Yes, but a lot of people don't say that, or are afraid of ruining the mood. You're not ruining the mood. You're just leaving yourself up for bad sex. That's the biggest thing, you know, one of my favorite things to say during any class, any coaching session is like, a selfish lover makes the best lover. Meaning that a selfish lover will speak up and say what they want, when they want it, and how they want it. That is exactly what they want to do. They want to have the experience. And I do get a little if not more annoyed with partners when they say, "Oh, my pleasure is giving you pleasure and seeing the pleasure and making you orgasm." And I'm like, "How about you?" No, no, it's not about me. It's all about no, no. When it comes to me, no, it's a two-way street. I need to know, and I need to communicate, because I don't want to be doing something that, okay, you're going to do it. And then eventually you might think of it as a chore. Well, I have to do it this way in order for, I'm like, no, I get more turned on and get off by really vocalizing what we're enjoying, what we're doing different positions, not being afraid to like speak up and say, hey, this is good, this is bad, or, whatever it is. And, I have like right now a sugar daddy that his specific instructions is, when I show up at a date, no underwear underneath. I'm like, okay, no problem. But if yeah, that's too rare in my experience. Oh yeah, that's totally rare. So because he pays me very well, I'm like, okay. But I did tell him, like, if we're going out to a nice restaurant, I am going to put on, at least a bra or something, so I do still look sexy, presentable in person. But when it's just between us, guess what? Yeah, I have a nice, cute little purple dress. It's like, it's me, the fuck me now dress. That's basically what it is. It's the fuck me and now, because it's like, it ties in the neck, and the minute you untick the tie, it drops. So great for clubs, great for parties. It's like, the first time I wanted to wear it was going on a road trip, and was planning on going to one of those movie theaters, the adult theaters, where you can, watch movies and have sex. There's very few and far available here in the States anymore. We're blessed. There's the, what is it? I think it's called Fantasyland down in Tampa. There's one. I haven't gone there in a minute, but the one that was up in New Hampshire or Connecticut, I can't remember where it was, but it just seemed really classy. They had their own Facebook, not Facebook, or FetLife group, where you could ask questions, find out how it is. And definitely, I think I want to go back up to just to go see that. It just seems so much fun, because there was like two floors. There was the first floor and then the balcony, and the balcony was just couples only. So you couldn't go up there, even if a couple invited you. That's all couples. If a couple wanted either a girl or a guy, they had to go downstairs. So that's how they were moderating it. So it sounded so much fun. So yeah. God, what else? I mean, I got like 15 minutes left here. Any other questions or things you like to talk about? I know it's like if you look at the replay on the YouTube channel, the computer is all off, because I couldn't sit in the office and set things up, because it's chaotic. So different view, different things. So local toe shop you like. Fairvilla, here in Central Florida, is our sponsor, so we have to. And plus, they have such a huge selection at their mega store over at Orange Blossom Trail. They have every kind of thing, and everyone is fully trained, very knowledgeable. I mean, the intensity, because they actually, since we are educators, they actually put us through their education program, learning all the different types of lubes, the different types of toys, again, biology. If they told me back in high school biology that knowing the human anatomy, the nerves, the bones, everything would lead to the best sex in my life, I would have been studying those books really hard. No, I have to wait like, what, 20 years, maybe 15 years after high school to really go into that, like I where the nerves are, where the bones are. I can't name everything, but I know where it is, so I could tell you approximately what you could do to have great sex, because that is an essential. That is very important to know, especially when you're doing impact play, when you're doing rope play, because I'm a big rope bunny. I love being tied up. I love being suspended. Especially, it's great for my diabetes. Not that I'm a medical professional and giving medical advice on that. I'm just telling you based on my experience, based on what I enjoy. That's what I do. And that fire cupping. Fire cupping is the other one. Like, so I'm, as I always keep saying, I am not a very good diabetic. But I find my loopholes and how to enjoy it. And that's something when you're playing with a new partner, especially like BDSM or what do you call it? Sometimes sex. Because if your sugar hits low, you need to know it's like, hey, do you need some candy? Do you need some sugar? Whatever it is. So normally when I'm in a BDSM scene, I say, yes, I'm a type 2 diabetic. Please have either a bottle of Gatorade or Hershey's chocolate around. I like the almond, but I'm a dark chocolate kind of girl. So I'm more of a Ferrero Rocher. I know. Oh, someone loves fudge. Yes, yes, the good fudge that Elmo Fudge makes. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh, I wish I like had that. I had like, sorry, I'm just so scattered today because it was a crazy day. Poor John. I do worry about him, especially with all these monkeypox and things like that. Uh, let's see. Halloween stuff is out, so we both have Wish Tender. And that is a gifting site that you would purchase any items that we put on there, and they would do the gifter could remain anonymous. So I would receive a gift, would not know who it is, doesn't show up on your credit card, doesn't show up anything on Wish Tender. So I was kind of like having fun with that because I was putting like kind of like Disney stuff on, because some people like to, they want to support the show either financially or, I mean, everyone's doing a fantastic job sharing our stories, watching our videos, sharing our YouTube, sharing our podcast, which is, Sex Positive Me. And then also this show's Date Night with the Lunas, but on YouTube, it's Sex Positive Me. We're almost 660 followers, almost, I think. Last time I checked, it was 657. So I'm really excited. Once we hit 1,000 followers, subscribers on YouTube, then we could officially make money on that shit. So we could get advertisers and marketing. It is a lot of work, but I'm trying to work on that. Yeah, I'm also trying to work on my video editing skills and trying to get that. So 46, this is starting to relearn how to do video productions. If I stayed in high school and finished my video production instead of going into photography, I would be way ahead of the game if I knew all this YouTube stuff. I could have been a YouTube millionaire because there's so many out there. But as sex and relationships topics, sometimes they shadow ban us, meaning that our information cannot be found freely. That's why we try to do emails so that way you could still keep up on what's going on with us. I'm going to do an email blast soon just to make sure, because our upcoming BDSM 101 class it is, reminding people that we still offer private workshops, coaching, events, because that was like a big thing during COVID, people wanting us to teach a class for a, let's see, we did a graduation party, we did a bridal party, we did a birthday party, which I was like, what in the world? People just wanted entertainment. And what's better entertainment than getting educated on how to have great sex, how to like really please the penis, how to really understand that anal play is for everyone. There is no shame. It does not change your gender or your sexuality. It is just another bodily organ that gives you orgasms. There's so many different ways and techniques of getting an orgasm. It doesn't have to be like, intercourse, it's everything. There's so much, sensation play, teasing, tickling, arousals by other things. I mean, some people get totally aroused by unique things. Great show to watch. And I don't know if it's on demand or YouTube, but we kind of always catch it on our cable once in a while. Sex Sent Me to the ER. Great stories of finding out even new fetishes, new things, of ideas. One woman actually, she literally got off with balloons, like just inflating them, rubbing them together, making little characters, things like that. That's it. Nothing penetrating, nothing touching. I mean, yeah, she kind of like hold it or touch it, but not like going in her body or doing like anything. It was just, and she just got off. And the reason she was in the ER, because she had, I think there was blood circulation or heart problems. So her heart was like going up. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But we actually, on one of our older podcast episodes, interviewed a person that they got off on octopus porn. And their definition of octopus porn was they just moving, inking, because as you know, is it squids and octopuses, like they do a black discharge ink. Nothing like sexual or sensual that the octopus is on a human body. It's just living its life doing that, and they found arousal on it, the way the tentacles move, their arms, or I'm not a scientist when it comes to these octopus, but that's what they enjoyed um watching it, and it was their way of having an orgasm. So different ways, different things, but the number one organ that does give us the most orgasm is the brain. So don't be surprised if some of your partners prefer reading erotica, reading, telling stories, sexting, because that's what gets them off, or being visual. For some people it is sexy lingerie. For other people it could be just having a very intellectual conversation. I remember when I was like first starting sugar dating about 25 years ago, one guy, he never touched him, never thinking. So yeah, um actually just came like that. We were just having a good conversation, never touched himself, nothing. It was just like, I'm like, okay. And when you're a little 21-year-old, you're just like, wow, that's impressive. I'm like, but how does that happen? How does that work? Fast forward 46 years, I was like, oh, now I know how that works. We like to say thank you, Shelly B, for ordering 6 pieces of the milk chocolate cashew. Yay. If I find the white chocolate circus, I will let you know for next time. Definitely, because I'm kind of curious in that. Hopefully, it's not like the white chocolate unicorn, which is a totally different flavor altogether. So they have interesting fudge, and they do custom order. So if there's like a fudge that you have in mind, let them know. I think the next order I want to try is maybe a dark chocolate and strawberry. If that's even possible. Or, right now it's Halloween, candy corn. So does anyone have any further questions or information that they would like to know or share? We only have like less than 5 minutes. As I said, you can find me everywhere, and Miss Angelique Luna, MS Angelique Luna, all over social media. Also, my personal webpage is angeliqueluna.com if you want to do some tarot readings, or if you're looking for a psychic medium to entertain your guests during your Halloween parties. Now is the time to book, because it's starting to catch up. And I am the Howard Stern. I am very uncensored. I will tell you about your shit and more. I always like saying that because it's always entertaining. Because my favorite part of those events is like, how'd you know about my business? How did that car? I'm like, the dead don't lie. The dead tell you about your business. But also, if you want more information on our classes and workshops and our webinars, follow Sex Positive Me everywhere except for Instagram. Those folks are bitches, and it's SPM the Lunas. You could also find us on our website at sexpositiveme.com. And I think that covers everything. I appreciate every single one of you that came on to the show, asking questions, buying fudge, supporting the show, supporting me while I'm solo, sending your positive, loving vibes to John while he's healing with the monkeypox. we're hoping to get back to our regularly scheduled program next week. Thank you. I appreciate that. We are in works talking to the owners and editors of ASN Magazine to come on the show and talk about it, because their award show is coming up, because we're actually presenting an award or announcing. I'm not sure. I just know we're involved in that, in doing that with ASN. If you haven't subscribed to them, definitely check out their magazine. Forgot what it's like, Adult Swinging Network is the magazine. They probably kill me, and they're one of our dearest and closest friends. So, which is kind of funny, because the boys, they talk and you go, me, and the next thing they're like asking the girls, the ASN's wife and me, it's like scheduling, because we're in charge of the calendars for both, for not only the company but our social calendar. So that's why we're the cute joke, we always go, hey, scheduling, yeah, are you available this time? So have your questions prepared you have for ASN Magazine. I know Lexi Silver, who is one of the marketing, I think that's her correct title, of SDC, is on the current cover of the August magazine, talking about her lectual, how to be, very sexy, and, working on how to be erotic with your partner. She has a great book. I can't think of the name right now. Don't tell her I forgot. Oh shit, she might, because she listens to the show. All right, I'm going to call it at time. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Have a great night. I will see you with John next week. Bye.